Hi, 𝐬𝐨𝐤𝐤 here with T2S. Today, in this specific video, which is one of the videos in this series, we are looking at users and groups, how you can manage them, how you can manipulate them on Linux operating systems. And specifically in this video, we'll talk about how do we create user accounts with default attributes, how do we create user accounts with custom attributes. We'll also look at how do we delete user accounts, and how do we create user accounts with no login shells. So that would be the first section of the video here. And the second section, we'll look at how do we set and confirm password aging using the change command. So without further ado, let's jump into our demo here. So we're gonna begin with these first 4 tasks. So I'll take you to my command line here. For our demo here, I'm using an Ubuntu systems, and the first thing that you have to do once you log into a system, you need to know who you are, and the command to use is who am I. So use that, and here you can tell that I am root. To be able to run all of these commands, the commands that I'll share with you, to manage and manipulate user accounts, you need to be root, because without you being root, you're gonna have some permission issues. And so let's keep going on here. So the first thing that I'm gonna do, now that I know that I am root and I have privileges to create, delete, manage, or manipulate user accounts, I am gonna begin first by creating a user account with default attributes. We use the command user add, and this user, I'm gonna call him, or call this user account user 20. Press enter, and then here you see you have that, and that is because you may have previously created this user account, and when you deleted the user account, you did not delete also the group and the other components that come with an account every time you create one on a Linux operating system. So what I'll do, I'll just go ahead and delete that group, and this group is group del. The command to delete the group is group del. Then the name of the group is user 20. So as you can see it here, so I do that, so that's deleted, and then I will recall that command again, the user add command, and this time it's gonna work. So watch, you see, nothing coming back to me means that the system is okay. The system does not complain. All right, so I've done that, and the next thing that I want to do is to assign, which is part of our project here, to assign a new password to user 20. So there are 2 ways that you can do this. You can either on an Ubuntu system or Debian based systems, you can either do the password user 20, or you can use this command here. You're gonna do user 20 and then column, then you have the password, whatever password you want to assign to this user, and I'm gonna just use 20, user 20, and then 23. So that's just using a password that I'm making up. You close your double quotation mark here, quotation marks, and then space, then you're gonna have to pipe. So you pipe this and do the ch and then password command there. So you can either use this one here, or you can use this command here. So I'm gonna press Ctrl C to get out of that, and I'm gonna just do this, use this command here, the echo. So I'll just use that. I'll copy to save time, and then I'm gonna paste it here. Paste it. So I have the command there. Press enter. The password contains the username in some form. It's bad password, meaning that you need something different. So I'm gonna change that to, I'm gonna say user 2023. It has to be something different. So I'm gonna use the month here. As I'm recording this, it's November, and then maybe the date 20. It's November 20, and that's again, it's part of the login name here, so the system may complain. So I'm just gonna say 11/23. Then I press enter, no complaint. Okay, so we have set the password to user 11/23, and make sure that you write it down just in case, because you're gonna have to verify that this user account is operational by becoming user 20. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but before I do that, I'll check if this user has been created. And to do that, you run this command here. You grab user 20 from this file here, the etc password file. That's where every information about all accounts, user accounts, is stored. Press enter, and then you get this here, meaning that this user 20 does exist. So now you can also, now what I need to do is to become, I want to become user 20, and to become user 20, and in this case, if you do it, remember who you are. You are root. If you're root, you will not be required to enter user 20's password, and that's why I'm gonna log out. And to log out, I just run the command exit. Then if I clear the screen and then check who I am Parallels. That's a standard and normal user. And now that I am a normal user, I'll try to become, I'm gonna become user 20 by using the switch user command, SU command. So I do that, it's gonna ask me for the password, and which I remember. And then now if I do who am I, guess who I have become? I've become user 20. And you can exit from being user 20. The other way to verify, you can also use ID. It's gonna tell you that you are user 20. You can also do groups. It says that user 20 is the group's name. That'll clear the screen. And going back to our program here, so what we've done, we've created a user with default attributes. So now we want to create another user account, this time with custom attributes. So back to our command line. I want to exit to become who I was before. Okay, so you can say, okay, I am Parallels. I'm using the Parallels virtualization or virtual manager or box manager, mostly for Mac computers. And so the first thing I want to do is to create a new user, and this time I'm going to create a new user and assign them a user ID of 2010-15, and then the home directory, it's gonna be user and then user 30A, and the shell, I'll assign them bin sh, and we're applying all of this to a new user, and which will be user 30, and I press enter, and permission denied. And do you know why? Because if you do who am I, it's parallels, and you either need to use the sudo command or you just become root. And this time I'm gonna just become root, and I do that, and I should become root in a moment. Failure. Okay, so I'll do I'm gonna do sudo -i. I'm gonna enter my password, and then as you can see, I've become root because of the sign, the hash sign or pound sign. So what I'm looking for here, I wanna change, shorten the prompt that I have there. So I wanna make this shorter so that it becomes only this. I press enter, and that's what it has become. Okay, so, and I'm gonna go to, now that I know that I am root, so I can do what I need to do. And in this case, I wanna add this. It's gonna be -u, because the user ID will be 1015, and then the directory, it's gonna be this, and then the shell, it's gonna be bin sh user 30. And what I've done, and this time, unlike the previous the previous demo that we had, I talked about you using default attributes, but this time I'm gonna use custom attributes, meaning that I assign the user ID, the home directory, and then the shell. So you can decide. Only here we're deciding on 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so, and we want to create this user account. I press enter, and to verify, you do grep user 30 from this file, and user 30 account has been created. And now what I want to do is to assign again a password to this user, and I do the same using this command here that works for Ubuntu. For Red Hat based systems, it's a little bit different. So we do user 30, and then here I'm gonna assign this password 4321, and then I pipe that to go into here, the password file. Yeah, it's gonna go to actually to the 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐬 file. So I do that, and then I press enter. That's done. And now that we have done that, and remember, you can also use the password user 30. It will do the same thing, but in this case you have to manually enter like twice the new password that you want to assign to this specific user. All right, clear my screen, and what we need to do is now to verify if this exists. I don't know if I did that, but there it is, and that's done. But to test that this user account exists, you have to become that user account, and you do that first. You log in so that you become a regular user, or normal user, standard user, and then you can become user 30, but this time it's gonna ask you for the password. And in my case, I just want to go back to root, and then become root. And because I've become root, so now what I can do is just become the other become user 30. You want to become user 30, and it's not going to ask me for the password, and which is okay. And if you verify, who am I? It's user 30. So user 30 account has been set up and it's working okay. And that is done. And next, what we need to do is to learn how to delete an account. And to delete an account, first of all, I want to modify. I want to modify user 20 account, and then I will go ahead and delete user 20. So how do we modify? We use the user mod command, and I want to change the login name from user 20 to new user 20. And the other thing that I want to modify is the home directory, and to do that you use the -m to modify, and then -d to say that I want to modify the home directory. So it's gonna become new user 20, and then the shell, I want it to be the shell, I want it to be no login. So there's no way to log into this account. And then for the user ID, I will assign 2000, and we are applying all of this to user 20, and I press enter. Permission denied, because let me see here, who am I? Yeah, who am I? Because we're user 30. So we need to go back to becoming root. So what we can do, we need to exit. Just exit to log out. When you exit, you log out, you become root actually. Okay, so we go ahead and then we're gonna recall the command. Probably will not do that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use again the command here, user mod -l to change the login user to become new user 20. And then for the directory, you're gonna use the -m first and then -d, and the home directory, will become new user 20. And then the shell, we're gonna change it to no login, and we change the user ID to 2000, and we apply all of this to user 20 account and press enter. That is done, and then you can verify, grab new user 20 from this file, password file. Then we have changed that. Before it was 1001 and now it's 2000, the user ID, and the login name, it was user 20 and now it's new user. And the shell we've changed it from bin bash to sbin no login. So now how do we delete this? We do it by using user del, and then the +r, the -r will delete everything, including the home directory, mail, spool directory, everything that belonged to that account, to this account, will be gone. All right, so we press enter, and that's done. On an Ubuntu system and the other Debian systems, usually you see something like this, and don't panic. It means that it's not found because you have already deleted this account. And you can also verify by grabbing new user 20 from this file, password file, and you're gonna get nothing because it doesn't exist anymore. So that's pretty much about how you can modify and delete a user account. So now next we're gonna talk about how do we create a user account, and then we assign a no login shell to that account. It's pretty similar to what we have just done here. So first we're gonna create an account. So it's gonna be user add and then the shell -s, which is the shell command to decide what kind of shell you want this user account to have. And in this case, it's gonna be a no login shell. So it's gonna be sbin no login and then user 40. So we do that and then press enter. And if you to verify, you just grab user 40 from /etc password like that, and this is what you get. And that's pretty much it. And you can also assign a password. So you're gonna assign a password to this because we're gonna have to verify if we can log in, because remember here we have the no login, meaning that technically once this account is created, you cannot log into the account. So let's do that. So first we assign a password here. It's gonna be user 40. Then we're gonna say it's for what password here, 4331. Then we pipe that to this, and then the outcome of that we're gonna run sudo q password here. So we're gonna do that, and then press enter. Okay, that's done. So now what we want to do is let's try to become this, and then see what happens. See if we can access this account here. So we're gonna sudo -i su switch users, and then user 40. So we're gonna try to do that. So who am I? Now we're doing this as root, and then already you can see that, looking at this error, this message here, no such file or directory. This account is currently not available. So you cannot really do much here. You can't access. If you wanna do this as a regular or standard user, meaning that you exit from being root. If you exit that, it's gonna require you. It's not going to allow you. Even as root, if root cannot access this, then no one else can. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So now, what we want to do, we're gonna talk about the second section of this demo here. The second section of this demo will be give me a moment here. So it's gonna be, we're gonna set and confirm password aging with the change command. What we do for security reasons, when you create an account, you have to assign a password, right? So you can decide on the properties of this password, like when it can expire, and you have to decide about the min days, max days, and all of that stuff. These are attributes of the password account that is attached to a user account, and that's what we're gonna play with right now. So we're gonna modify or assign min days. We're gonna assign warn days. We're gonna assign max days and account expiry. So let's go to the command line here quick. And what we do here, so I'll take you to, so we're gonna go to the second part of this video. We'll talk about how do we set min days like to 9. How do we set warn days to 7, max days to 32? And then how do we verify the new settings? And let's say we want also to say that this account should expire like by December 31st, 2024. And today, as I'm recording this video, it is November of 2023. But we want this account we're gonna to which we're gonna assign these properties to expire on the last day of next year, 2024, because I'm recording this in 2023. All right, so let's go there and see how we can make this possible. And first of all, we're gonna have to verify if user 10 exists. And to verify if user 10 exists, we just grab user 10 from the /etc file. /etc file, this is where all accounts information is stored. So it doesn't exist, and I need to know who I am. Okay, I am root, that's perfect. So I can then create this account. So it's gonna be user 10. I'm gonna create this account. It's gonna be user 10, just using default attributes. And I've done that, and now I can verify if user 10 exists. Now it does exist. And the first thing that I want to do is to set min days to 9. And to do that, I'm gonna use the command, because you can use another command, and we'll talk about that in a future video still in the series. But now we're gonna use the change command. So we wanna set the min days to 9, and we'll set the max days to 32, and we set the worn days to 7. We apply all of this to our newly created user accounts, which will be user 10, and then I press enter, and that's done. And now to verify, we use still the command change, but we're gonna use the option L, and we apply that to user account user 10, and this is what we get. So when you talk about minimum days, so that's what is required from the user to change the password. So they're gonna get 9 days to do that, but the maximum number of days between password change is set to 32 here. And also you have the 7 days, like the warning time that they receive, like 7 days before the password expires. And then the account is gonna expire, and we're gonna have to change this. At this point it's only like 32 days for the account to expire. Yeah, about 32 days, I think, for the account to expire. And that's this one here. So the last thing that we need to do now is to set the account to expire on December 31st of 2023. And to do that, I'm gonna clear my screen. To do that, we use the change command. Then we're gonna use the option uppercase E, and then this is the format that you write the year, and then the month is gonna be 12, and then the day is gonna be 31, and we apply this to user 10 and press enter. And now we want to verify. So here we go. You'll see here, and the account will expire when? It's gonna expire on the 31st of December in 2024. But remember, the account was changed, the password was changed first today, November 20th, as of the recording of this video. And it's gonna expire, the password will expire December 22nd, that's about 32 days. So the user will receive a warning like, hey, you have like 7 days to change your, they're gonna be given 7 days to make the change. And that's pretty much it for this specific video in this series. And as I said at the beginning, so we've talked about these two things here. So you see those two screens. It's part of the user and group management series. Project number 1, we talked about creating users with custom or default attributes, and how do we delete a user account? How do we create an account with no login shell? And in the second part of the video, I talked about how do we set and confirm password aging using the change command. So that's pretty much what I had to share with you in this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. God bless.